slowing down time, changing all the laws. Try to catch it with my hands so that I can take it home. Hoping I can keep it when I'm there when you go. Try to catch it with my, catch it with my, try to catch it with my. So I tease you with my hands, try hard to make it stay. In the end, it mess away. Try to catch it with my, so I catch it with my hands, try hard to make it stay. It mess away. Try to catch it with my, catch it with my, try to catch it with my, catch it with my, catch it with my. Sometimes fast and sometimes slow, they'll fall into the crowd, dance around circles, and I catch them with my mouth. It softens all the noises, it softens all the things. Everything is wild. So I kiss you with my hand, try hard to make it stay. In the end, it mess away. Try to catch it with my, so I catch it with my hand, try hard to make it stay. In the end, it mess away.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome. How you doing? It's a Saturday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Ziggy, Maria, Marie, Shrink Wrap, W by the Wings, American Girl, what's up? And Observant, how you doing? Dynamite and Fresh Flowers, MJ. So I guess it's that time again where Foodie Beauty does the cycle of I think it's new subs and new viewers, right, to her channel. So she's trying to explain the cat situation to people. That's the only explanation I can think of why she is consistently bringing up every few weeks about the cat abuse allegations, and her story changes more and more and more. Hey, Tip Top. I am good. Smash that like button, people. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over this. I guess. I mean, we how many times has she talked about the cat thing? For a while, it was literally every day, and then after that, it was like every couple of days. Yeah, I think she's trying to start over, and she's trying to have people who don't know about it because when you start watching Foodie Beauty, if you started with her and not a reaction channel, she seems like a pretty well-to-do person until you start to see inconsistencies in the behavior or when you know certain things that she says are true really aren't true. And then the more you look into it, the more you're like, wait a second, but I know that she did or didn't do that. So, like, if she says she did something, you'll know she didn't do it. Or if she says she didn't do something, you'll be like, wait a second, I know she did do it because I was there when she was doing it. All right, Vanny Joe, what's up? Hey there, it ain't that. All right, so here we go. We're going to go over this in nearly 40 minutes. Let's see what she has to say. Yeah, she got triggered for sure. What did FFG do in her live stream?
Okay guys, hi, welcome back, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a serious matter, and I have my shisha, so I hope I don't annoy you too much, but it relaxes me just like a live stream. I would have my coffee, my water, and my shisha. Okay, so if the shisha noise is something that annoys you, and I want to say also, if talking about this subject is something that annoys you, all you have to do is not watch, okay? Because
Uh-huh.
I'm going to say this once. I see a lot of comments from people saying, just give it up already. You gave your cat away. So that means that I have no right to talk about how something affects me in my life, apparently. So this is something that I want to talk about once and for all. I want to put closure to this situation. I want to have an official video, not just a live stream, which is why I didn't do a live stream. I want to have an official video talking about exactly what happened in a calm, truthful manner. You will see that my story doesn't change because it's the truth. Um, I also need an official
Sure.
video, like I said, explaining the situation, because when it comes to the animal abuse allegations against me, which are complete bullshit, um, there's different groups of people. There's, of course, my beezers and my loyal followers who have seen. I've been on YouTube since 2017.
All right, we're gonna stop right there. So it ain't that says FFG talked about BBJ and how good she is doing and how pampered she is. BBJ has 2 appointments this week for the vet, and she says she will make video off BBJ. FFG got BBJ a new pineapple shaped bed, is taking her for vet checks soon again, and may release a video of BBJ living her best life. Okay, so that's what triggered her. Hey Mary, thanks for modding. I mean, okay. If we're really gonna be honest here, like what she was doing to those cats was not cool. There's no. How can she say what she was doing was kosher? It wasn't kosher. By all means, it was. There's like no way I can. You can retcon what she did was literal neglect. Like she had so many chances to bring that cat, well, those 2 cats, to the vet, Sam included, given money repeatedly by different people. Remember, Vegan for Life, Not for Fashion, back in what, 2021, gave her money to bring BBJ to the vet, and that didn't happen. Yes, smash that like button, people. That was like 2021. And how many other people were donating, like, this is for BBJ's vet appointment? How many times has she gotten a vet appointment and she canceled it, wanted to do mobile vet, then cancel that, was gonna do the whole thing where the vet comes once a month and it was like $65 each month for each cat, and that didn't happen. There's just so much. It's like, crap, can we stop? Yeah, she was spending tons of money to take out Lush products, but nothing on basic pet care. Exactly how much Lush products has she bought over the years? Hundreds of items worth tens of thousands of dollars. Like, really?
And I'll just show you some clips of me and the cats since then on YouTube. Are you stealing my straw, Sam? What are you doing, Sam? This is why I ask you. What are you doing? You're beezing.
What does this even prove? Okay, so you have videos of your cats.
These are beezing behaviors. Yes, Sam. Days. Days. Sam. Sam. Yes, you. You're a good boy. Oh, yes, you. Oh. Hey, big boys. Are these beezing behaviors? Hey?
Oh yes, Dynamite was doing that as
Who's a
well.
pretty girl? Pretty girl. Pretty
Okay.
girl. Pretty girl.
I guess in her mind this proves something. So I just throw up a cat video of your cat being pet by you and hanging out, and then that just disproves everything else, right?
Are you jealous that I was giving Sam attention? Hey? What? Oh, you just want treats. There's none left. You ate them all. You ate them all. You guilted me. Now there's no treats. Now you're gonna guilt me all night. All night. Every time I go to my computer, you're gonna guilt me. Yes. You're gonna guilt me into petting you all day. Aren't you? And you're gonna lick me. Yes. Hey,
Yeah.
old girl.
For old videos.
Tell everybody your
Hey,
age.
Amy Judy.
Or is that rude? A lady never says her age. Isn't it true, BB Junes? Hey everyone, so here's some songs that I sing regularly to BB Junes, to my friends about BB Junes, and they all think I'm nuts. So, the first one is, and I guess it's true, she's amazing, and I guess it's true, she's a girl, and I guess it's true,
She's officially lost it.
she's amazing, what she can do with those legs. That song was called And I Guess It's True. The next one is a cover, a cat cover, I call them. I used to listen to the song Candy Girl.
And I guess it's true. She's lost it. And I guess it's true.
I think it was it the Jackson 5? Anyway, this is the BB Junes version, so it goes, BB girl, you are my world. Look so sweet, you're a special treat. BB girl, all I want to say is I need you to live each and every day. BB Junes.
Okay, I don't even know whether I should continue laughing or just like is kind of cringy or maybe mostly cringy, but okay, so you're singing, you're putting up cat videos and pictures. Still, what are we proving here?
This one is a cat cover of Barbie Girl by Aqua. She's a BB Junes in a kitty world.
Miranda.
Lazy ass bitch. She's catastic. You can brush her hair, pet her everywhere. And another common song I sing for her that I just screech around the house all day, probably driving everybody mildly insane, is I just go around yelling, B E E E E E E E.
What?
So those are just a few of the songs, guys. I might do another part if I could think of some other ones that I usually sing to them. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I didn't drive you too crazy, and I'll see you next time.
What does this even prove? Okay, so let's show videos of her feeding her cats. What does this even prove? OMG. Max observant. Oh, BBJ was in all my videos. Okay.
So as you
What?
can see, this is about BBJ. Sam, my other cat, he's about 6 years old. I'm
Has
going to
to
be
be
getting him
trolling.
back. I have someone taking care of him. I'm paying for all his needs right now. The next time I go to Canada, I have arranged with an airline to return him with me. And
Okay, so we're back to getting Sam in Kuwait. Before it was, yeah, we're definitely gonna get Sam in Kuwait. He's in a foster home. Somebody has him, and he's gonna come to Kuwait. Then it was, yeah, that wasn't a good idea. So we're not gonna get Sam because the adjustments and the heat and everything else, it's not good. Now we're back to yes, definitely gonna get him, and he is gonna come with me to Kuwait. Really?
I have found a huge pen with big bedding, so it's very ventilated, very open. It's not a small carrier, and he's going to be sedated. Um, anyway, it's for me to worry about, and it's going to happen. People bring their pets all the time. So, yeah, he's being well taken care of right now. Um, so that's, whatever. Basically, I moved to Kuwait to marry the love of my life and someone who's very, very good for me after having been in an extremely abusive, toxic relationship for almost 2 years.
Facts, it ain't that. Big facts.
So this person is really good for me. I love him. So I had to make a tough decision. I wasn't sure at the time, do I want to travel with the cats? Maybe it would be better to leave them behind. I wasn't sure. I had to make a fast decision because I was moving fast. I had 1 month back in Canada. I came to
True
Kuwait,
that.
got married, came back home, and had about a month to pack up my entire life and leave everything behind in Canada to come here in hopes of having a better life with my husband. I don't know why I'm villainized for that, just because we didn't know each other for a very long time. Love doesn't really have a time. I mean, it's different for everybody, right? Um, but so far, he's proven nothing but to be loving and completely legit, unlike what other people thought. But most people are wrong about me in my life, and
Facts,
that's
Bella.
what frustrates me about it. Um, if I'm happy in my life, if I'm if I'm a mess in my life, I should say, they have to pick that apart, and then when I become happy, they have to pick that apart. So there's just no winning. But this is a serious accusation, and like I said, there's different groups of people when it comes to the abuse allegations. There's my beezers who 100% believe everything. They've seen my relationship with the cats. They know I would not abuse my cats.
Why does she have the glitter on and everything else?
Um, so I'm just addressing these defamatory accusations. Um, okay. Sorry, some people smoke shisha.
Facts
Some
count,
people smoke
Crackula.
cigarettes, 10 packs when they're doing a live stream. Some people smoke weed. I smoke my shisha. Um, so then there's people who just are this person's who's spreading the rumors. Chinians, those are her fans. We call them Chinians, who just believe anything this person says just because they hate me. Hate for someone will cloud your judgment, and
Queen Mammy Longlegs, what's up?
it doesn't matter what I say. Some people are not going to believe me. That's fine. After my video, if you don't believe me, then that's fine. I'm also turning off comments for this video because there are
Hey,
people who just don't want anything good to be true when it comes to me.
hey, my wise heart, what's up?
Um, I'm not 100% innocent, but I'm not an animal abuser. So then there's also people um, who were supporters and then believed this stuff, and because of
Hey,
that
Kelly.
defamation, they are no longer supporters.
Oh, she's talking about Missy Moo, of course.
So again, believing the worst of me without knowing the full situation. So here it is. It's complicated. Again, I said when I came back to Canada, I had a month to pack up my whole life. And it was really traumatic for me. It was really, I still dream about the cats. And I wish I had done things differently, but I was
Mm.
cramped for time and I wasn't sure what to do. Part of me was listening to the influence of people as well, varying opinions like, don't put your cat down, don't give your cat away, rehome your cat to someone, blah blah blah. So basically, the only options I had when it came to the cats were um, euthanasia for the older one. I'll get to that in a minute. Rehoming or bringing them to Kuwait with me, and I decided that bringing them to Kuwait was going to be I thought at the time that it was going to be very traumatic for the cats because
Wait a second. I was about to say, is she gonna say bringing them to Kuwait is a bad idea after she just said that she's gonna bring the cat to Kuwait? So much going on right here. Lip Gloss first says, all I see is how dark and depressing her house looks. like a boy locked in his parents' basement vibes. All right, so I think she cut into this because she was gonna catch herself into a lie. She just said a few minutes ago she's gonna bring Sam to Kuwait, and then she was gonna explain why she wasn't gonna bring Sam to Kuwait. So let's hear this, and then I think there's a cut.
I decided that bringing them to Kuwait was going to be I
Yep, you saw that cut right because she was gonna catch herself in a lie. She was gonna say that bringing them to Kuwait was not a good idea, so that's why she had to give her cats up. But then she's like, "Oh crap!" But I also just said I am bringing Sam to Kuwait, so how is that going to reconcile with each other? So she had to put the cut in there.
thought at the time that it was going to be very traumatic for the cats because even taking them to the vet was very traumatic for them. They were very nervous and afraid. So bringing myself to the Middle East was a huge feat. And so bringing two cats, and one of them being um, in their 20s, like 19, 20, she was basically, I had her, um, I got her 2004, and she was 1 to 2 years, they said at the shelter where I
Mm-hmm.
adopted her from. So she's an much elderly cat, living past life expectancy.
Really?
Okay. So for her, definitely it wasn't a good idea. Now, before I went to Kuwait the first time, I clipped their nails. I have nail clippers. It was not easy. I had to have help because it was my one cat, my older cat, BBJ. She freaks out and shrieks very loudly if we touch her paws at all. In any regard, if the nails are even cut already, if they're in good condition, whatever, she just doesn't like it having her paws touched. And she's
But that's not an excuse, though. Just bring the cat to the vet, just like how FFG did.
I don't know if like she's more senile now, but she's become more moody as she's gotten older. She I
This video, as we were saying earlier, the back shots, because I was like, this video has to be for newcomers. If you don't know the history of Foodie Beauty and you're new because you might be liking the mukbangs at our content of a person who's in Kuwait with, their partner, you're gonna be like, okay, maybe I'll watch her, but then you keep hearing about cat stuff. So she's probably looking at her back end in terms of like the YouTube studio, seeing new people are watching her videos, and she's appealing to them. She's like, hey, let me explain this. Let me explain this in my own, words and try and keep getting ahead of what other people are saying about me.
I was told by a vet that she has arthritis because she's older. Um, she was developing kidney issues. So I know that someone said that she had a urinary tract infection, which of course is not completely it's not unheard of with elderly cats. They have kidney issues, and I knew this. Now, that's she had a lot of health issues, and rehoming her after having her for so long, I thought would be traumatic. And sometimes the humane thing to do is euthanize your pet if that's the case. And what I was planning on doing when I came back to
I don't
Canada
think that's humane.
was bringing her to her regular vet, which I did have appointment for.
There's lots of people who have cats, and there's lots of places where you can bring your cat to live out, the rest of their lives. What's the cat sanctuary in Ottawa that caters to like older cats, where where they have cats there? It's like a farm, and you basically your cat can live the rest of his or her life out there on this sanctuary so that you're so that people can't euthanize their animals because they want to go on vacation or because they found a new love of their life or because it's just not that convenient for them, because people do that.
To determine with the vet if that was the best option for her or if she was going to if it was okay to be rehomed. So I didn't want to, rehome her to someone who would be taking on all these problems for her, and I didn't want her to go through having to adapt to someone else. And I was a little afraid of where she was going because, truthfully, people can lie all day when you rehome them. You don't know the truth is what happens, and that's what happened to me. I was deceived. I was lied to. My cat was actually stolen, and she's nobody knows how she's doing today or where she is. So I had to make a tough decision.
Here we go again. Definitely shitting on FFG about the whole BBJ getting new stuff, new cat bed, and a new video coming out. She doesn't like the thoughts of somebody taking care of what was once her cat, but too bad. So
And it was
sad.
traumatic for me because I loved those cats. They were my babies. I had my best friend and roommate at the time take care of them for me. He's lived with them for many years, and
Hey, Red Sequence,
um, maybe people think
what's
that they
up?
could have been better taken care of. There's always people that are going to think that.
You saw Karate Joe pass away. Yeah. Do I know the details of why he passed away? No. But I did see that people are using other people's names still. Somebody is using Negs's name on his tribute book, which I think is not cool. If you're gonna write something nasty, then do it in your own goddamn name. It's very cowardice to do it this way. Like use Chantel's name as well as use Negs's name to write something ridiculous. And then there's other people going on there trolling. It's like, come on. I think we need some boundaries here. I know people have mixed feelings about Karate Joe, but I think there needs to be a boundary where people say, hey, maybe I shouldn't do this on somebody's tribute book because you wouldn't like it if somebody did it on your son, your daughter, your aunt, your uncle, your grandparents, your father, your mother's tribute book because people would explode if it happened to them, but then why are they doing it to others?
Um, yeah, their eating area could have been cleaner sometimes. Um, we were both dealing with severe depression and a lot of problems, and we were neglecting ourselves. But they were always fed. I don't know where the story came from, but we starved them. They were always fed. BBJ always cries. She's a very vocal cat, and especially as she started aging, she became more and more whiny. Okay, so, but
Hmm.
trolls and internet haters called Animal Protective Services on us 3 times. They
That's really sad,
came in.
Fupa.
They came in and each time left satisfied that the cats were not abused and they were fine, which is their job. So, yeah, their area could have been cleaner. I will.
Actually, I don't think it went like that when animal services weren't coming through. I'm not even sure if they ever did truly answer the door because remember, so many times they would hear knocking because Pete's has a thing. Well, both of them have a thing where if there's a knock on the door and they're not expecting it, they don't answer. And how many times was animal services coming to the door, leaving notes that they were there? They would never answer. So I'm not even sure if they ever looked at the cats whatsoever. And if they did, other people have been saying that as long as there's food and water and the animal is at least in okay shape, then typically they don't do anything because there's food, water, and the animal's in okay shape. The other thing that a lot of people are saying, hey, we're taking away resources and time and effort. Where okay, you might yeah, there's definitely abuse where Foodie Beauty is at the luxury villa where Pete's was at. There was neglect there, but there's a lot of more animals in a whole worse situation where they don't have food, they don't have water, they're chained up, tied up, they're hurt, they're beaten, they're bloodied, but yet there's so much people calling services on Foodie Beauty. So that's a food for thought there. But I really do think they just never answered the door. If, in my honest opinion, even though Pete said, "Oh yeah," answered the door, and they took a look at the cats, I don't know about that.
I'll give you that. That is neglectful. It should be a lot more tidy. Most of their lives, it was. Like I said, there was a time where we were depressed and even neglecting um, our own selves. By the way, I know this video is going to anger a lot of those people because they don't want anything to be true. They don't like the truth. They get angry with the truth. They want their own narrative to be true so that they have content and a fan base to think they're credible people, but they're 100% not. So let's get into this person who has the cat now and is lying about it.
Thanks, Brooklyn.
And a bit of the history on that, because there are new people here, and that's also why I'm doing this video. New people who come here thinking that I'm an animal abuser, etc.
See, I didn't even watch this video and I knew, like, one of the reasons has to be new people. There's no way she keeps doing this unless there's new people coming.
Now and is lying about it. And a bit of the history on that, because there are new people here, and that's also why I'm doing this video. New people who come here thinking that I'm an animal abuser, etc., etc. I think that they deserve this explanation as well. So there's this person. I will not mention their name. I don't want to bring attention to their channel. I know they would love that. And they're probably very happy I'm even acknowledging their existence. That's what they live for. And you may think I'm exaggerating or tooting my own horn when I say that. But if you were to see this person's channel, they cannot have an existence on YouTube, a successful existence, without being a huge lying piece of crap. Their entire content is ripping off my content. So anything I do, a vlog with my husband, simply eating on camera, going live and talking to my fans, they have to use that as their own content. And they sit there like a coward behind an avatar, never showing their face. But I showed it on my thumbnail.
Reaction channels are a thing these days. Foodie. Tons of other channels have reactors reacting to them.
And actually, I could see why they're so hateful. No offense. I try so hard not to dig at people's looks, but from someone who's done nothing but make a career out of doing that to me, I can see why they do that now by looking at their face. So this person is a complete moron, no content, no life. The minute I upload something, they just take it, go online and find fault in everything I do. That's not reaction to me. That's harassment and bullying. And I mean harassment like real life stalker stuff, where they've actually gone and like to my hometown to visit places I frequent. They've gone to my fashion show I attended and called it a fatty fashion show, fat shaming everyone there.
All right. Okay, wait. So a lot of people can have some mixed feelings of what FFG was doing. Myself, I don't have an opinion on that. I stay in my own lane and I do my react. Whatever happens, happens. But I was gonna say there's a little bit of irony here, but actually there's a lot of irony. When Nader moved to Montreal, what was she doing? She was going to Montreal. Sometimes it was every other day. Sometimes it was practically day after day after day. Can you imagine going from Ottawa to Montreal, which is about an hour and a half to 2 hours or more, depending on the traffic, to just go to Orange Julep or to hang around? That don't make no sense. So I think it's really ironic that she says about somebody going to Cornwall and all things, but yet she was going to Montreal when she was living in Ottawa for no apparent reason, driving around close to the area that Nader was. Or when she used to go out, even in Ottawa itself, she would go into Gatineau and drive around close to where Nader was staying when he was in Gatineau. Like, think about that for a second. So a lot of the things that she has been saying, you can say the same thing about her. Her driving around, wanting to be close to Nader. Like, the irony of all things.
When this person is also obese and literally looks like an egg on legs. So, just a complete loser. And they cannot have an existence or a successful existence doing any other content. So, all right, that out of the way. She gained prominence under with lies as well, claiming to have a link, an inside link to um, my former. Ugh, I even hate to talk about this
But it's true
person,
though.
swordfish, but the abuser I was with.
But that's true though. She did know someone who knew what Nader did in the past, and that's how the news broke. I don't get why she is bringing this up and saying it was a claim. No, it's a fact. All right, it ain't that says she is such a liar. The truth will come out. Those new people will get to find out who she is. There is always two sides, the lies and then the truth. Exactly, it ain't that. Big facts.
Um, and nothing was true. Nothing was
It was
true.
true.
And I eventually caught on to that and just was like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. And since
Okay, hold up. What is going on right now? Please, somebody tell me. How wasn't it true that Nader stabbed two people? How wasn't it true that he stabbed his ex? How wasn't it true that he also stabbed his ex's cousin? And how wasn't it true that he went to jail for it? Okay, maybe where he stabbed them wasn't correct, but the fact remains he stabbed two people and went to jail for it. How was that not true?
then they, are big mad and just make content about me and try to ruin my life. But whatever.
Okay,
So now,
Deb,
like I said, she sits there on panel judging me when her life is 100 times worse with the most gravelly smoker's voice I've ever heard in my life. Like she could be Marge Simpson's third sister.
Gal Charlotte, have a good day and weekend, Monty and chat. Thank you, Gal. Appreciate you. Have a good one as well.
The one with chronic emphysema. And um, that's all she does. So, yeah, like I said, loser. Um, so, like, objectively, a loser. So she always has to involve herself in my life. And this person decided to cause outrage over what I plan to do with my cats, as if it wasn't my life and my decision, involving herself again, causing outrage like she's not feeding her cats, she's not feeding her cats, because my cat was crying in the background, very vocal cat. I would never starve my cats, okay?
Okay, so the cat was crying in the background. You could say, okay, fine, the cat was hungry. That's actually still possible. Or maybe BBJ was crying and wailing, moaning because many of her nails was growing into her pads. Now, if we, hindsight is 2020, but when we look back at it, a lot of people, including myself, was like, why is BBJ always crying? Like when we looked at the Pete streams, constantly crying, like there's no way we can be having Pete stream for maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe sometimes three, and BBJ is always wailing. There has to be a logical reason because if BBJ is doing this every single time Pete is live, what's happening to the rest of the days, the rest of the 22, 23, 20, 21 hours of the day that the camera isn't turned on and we're not seeing and hearing what's going on at the luxury villa? At the end of the day, hindsight again is 2020, and we now know it was most likely because of the nails growing into the pads.
Um, I think there was one live stream where my roommate couldn't find her wet food where I put it, which was solved like an hour later. And they always have dry food out. But anyway, so then it was, I'm gonna
I
rescue this
remember
cat.
that.
I want to rescue this cat.
That didn't make any sense. The whole Pete's gonna find where the wet food was. I remember that stream because typically she puts it on the counter close to the fridge, right? But then Pete's is like, "Oh, we're out of food," which hey, it happens to some people. Well, not me because I have stacks of food. I have stacks and stacks of cat food, but some people it happens to. Yeah, we all just she could have just been like, "Hey, we just ran out of food. I got food an hour later. It's all good." But yeah, I remember that stream where Pete's was like, "Yeah, there's no more cat food." Well, Pete's, you could literally walk down to two gas stations at the corner of where he lives and get some cat food. He doesn't have to constantly be dependent on Foodie Beauty.
Um, so she wanted to look like a big hero, okay? And even though humane euthanasia is not cruel if it's warranted, which is why I had a vet appointment to determine that I was doing the responsible thing.
Yeah, and then somebody, a VIB, sent whiskers because there was no food. Like that was completely ridiculous. That should have never happened.
Now, what wasn't responsible of me, and I will take full ownership for, was even despite having clipped their nails, made sure their food was stocked up, making sure they were taken care of before I left for Kuwait. Um, and I did miss them. I obviously did miss them. Um, but I felt like they were, taken care of. They were at home. They weren't in a pet hotel. People travel all the time and leave them in with strangers. At least mine were at home with someone familiar. Um, so I didn't realize like how often their nails would have had to been clipped. Now Sam scratches furniture, like the beezer he is. But so when I came home from Kuwait 3 months later, his nails were fine. They didn't even,
Practice.
they were mildly grown. They weren't ingrown. They were fine. Um,
I don't know about
because he
that.
was kept filing them down probably with his scratch post and furniture.
Or
BBJ,
at the corner of the countertops, he kept on strumming. I remember that. Kai Simons caught it. And I saw it. I was like, okay, most likely that is what he's doing.
however, shortly after I came home, I checked her paws and noticed when I saw them, the immediate thing my heart sank and I was like, oh oh shit. They were grown in the pads, some of them. And um I tried with the nail clipper to take them out, but like she wasn't having it. And I thought, okay, I'm going to deal with it when she goes to the vet. I was going to have everything taken care of when she went to the vet. Um, should that have been taken care of sooner? Yes. It was ignorant and negligent on my part to not even really think about
Mm-hmm.
that. Especially her nails grew a lot faster because as
Rattle,
cats get
rattle.
into senior level, they neglect their care. They don't scratch, and their nails grow much more coarser and faster because they don't scratch anymore. She doesn't scratch furniture. She just kind of sleeps there all day. But she was still walking around and jumping around too. So I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I wanted to have her assessed by a vet, um, which was not this person's decision to make. Okay.
Sure.
So the irony and the hypocrisy
Yeah, she's trying to put the blame on Pete's. She's trying to say that the cats were fine when she left, but then all of a sudden, nails were going into pads when she left the cats with Pete's. And that is complete bullshit. Complete.
of this person wanting to save my cat from euthanasia, drum roll please, is the fact that this person had two dogs that she
Oh, here we
apparently
go.
loved so much. She loved dogs. And by the way, she wanted to save my cat and she said on her live stream she does not like cats. So how is my cat getting the love she needs? Sure, maybe she got to the vet before I took her.
Ziggy says Pete should have taken her to the vet. I think so as well. I did say repeatedly when Pete was doing his cooking streams and whatnot, he was alone, just take the cats to the vet. Tons of people were even practically begging him, like, hey, I'll take the cat to the vet. Just put the cat in the container. I'll do everything. I'll pay for the vet and then I'll return the cat. And what did Pete say? No. So do I think Pete's is partly to blame, even though they're really not his cats? Yeah, because he has responsibility that if he's going to take care of these animals and he's been living with these animals for years, the least he can do is make sure that they're okay. The least.
A day a day before I was gonna take her, but I doubt she's getting the love she needs. Anyway, I'll get to that soon. And if people think they're gonna comment on other videos defending these behaviors or just stating falsehoods, I'll just block you instantly. Thanks. Okay. Um, so she had two dogs. The one dog became chronically ill and she prolonged its life with all kinds of medications, whatever. She ended up having to euthanize that dog. So she did euthanize a pet who was ill. Um,
I remember that, Ziggy.
okay. Number two, she'll then say, well, BBJ wasn't ill. BBJ is very elderly and has a lot of illnesses, which when you took her to the vet, you found out yourself. Okay. So, number two, she had a second dog that apparently had separation anxiety and was very miserable because the first dog passed away. So, she decided to euthanize that dog as well, which that dog didn't have chronic illnesses apparently. So, I don't know.
Facts, Adam.
I would, instead of parading BBJ's vet notes online for super chats, how about you show us what happened to your dogs? We need proof of that. How about that? Before you open your big mouth about my care, pet care. So you have two dogs euthanized, but you have the nerve to criticize me for wanting to bring my cat to the vet to see if it was appropriate for her to be euthanized, given her age, given the fact that I had to move out of country, and given the fact that she had so many illnesses due to her age. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Did anybody catch this? So she's saying that BBJ was an older cat and had a lot of illnesses. She wasn't saying this before. Remember how she was saying BBJ is an older cat, but I've taken such good care of her. She doesn't have any ailments. She, has a clean bill of health. Remember the last time BBJ went to the vet? When was that? Was that March 2022? I believe it was March when Roman went with her, right? Roman El Roman went with Foodie Beauty. Yeah, it was a year ago. And over a year ago, I should say, actually. And what did Foodie Beauty say? Oh, yeah, the results came in clean bill of health. But why is it now that when it works for her, the cat has all these ailments because she's an older cat? It's like, okay, which one is it?
All right, so moving on. Her audience don't have it. That's why we call them zombies. They have no brains. They can't come to these conclusions themselves. So whatever. So I had two things happen. I managed to rehome Sam Chibius to somebody close in the family, and they're gonna foster Sam now. Actually, there's somebody else fostering Sam now. The first person, it didn't work out. They had to leave, move away, and all this and that. So I was disappointed. And now that he's being refostered, I don't want him just in foster care. I want him, and I want to try everything I can to bring him now. I've changed my mind, and I want him. So, another thing that happened.
True lip gloss.
So at the same time for BBJ, she was a tougher decision due to her age and problems. So I made a vet appointment right away when I saw her nails, and I thought, oh no. So the fact I never ever did anything to purposely hurt or abuse my pets at all whatsoever. My abuser came to my home a couple of times, and the last time he came to my home, he scared my cat. He didn't kick her like people think.
Yeah, this is really gaslighting 101. Somebody's probably gonna do a video on this and clip, especially this segment here when she's like, okay, now Nader didn't kick her cat. Sometimes I don't even know what is she gonna say. Is she gonna say that he did kick her cat or shove her cat, or he didn't kick or shove her cat? Because she's been literally on both sides. So here, right now, she is saying, yep, Nader came to the house and didn't abuse her cat.
To my home, he scared my cat. He didn't kick her like people think. He swatted at her, and she became so terrified of him. I never let him back in my house again. He never came in my house. I would never abuse my pets. So that is just ridiculous and 100% false.
True.
She should have been brought into the vet sooner. 100%, I agree with that. And that I regret, and I made an error there. Um, but I was in Kuwait, and
Exactly, Brandy. We heard it straight from her mouth when she was pissed off at Nutter. Yeah, he kicked my cat. How could I ever allow him in my house? And he did this. What a POS. Blah, 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 blah.
I didn't realize that. Whenever I did actually have my roommate who can contest to that, and he's like a very truthful person. If you don't believe me, he showed me her paws, but the video chat was not that clear, and that was about maybe a few weeks into being in Kuwait, and her nails looked okay, and even he said they looked okay, so they must have grown in the remaining 2 months, and I just didn't really think about it.
Right. Our Goody says bullshit. I remember him there after the event. Was Nads ever there after she alleged that he kicked BBJ and then she recanted and then she went back on that when, of course, she was angry with him. And then she said after that it didn't happen again. But it would always come up. It always come up when she's angry. Oh, yeah, he kicked my cat or he swatted my cat when they're together. Oh, he never did that. I didn't say that. He never did that. So which one is it?
So um, I made a vet appointment with her regular vet, okay, for few days later, shortly after, I don't remember. And at the same time, I decided to try to look for people in case I could rehome her, because I was getting a lot of messages from people who were like, I have experience with elderly cats. I don't mind. I'll take care of her. I'll take care of her vet bills, blah, blah, blah. But then I told my mom about it, and she was like, no, don't rehome it to someone you don't know. And she
Mhm.
was so right. I should have listened to my mom. But no, I didn't. I trusted. There was a person I talked to. I know that this person, this bully, online bully, offered to take my cat. Of course she did. Um, Not because she cared about the cat, because she wanted the clout and she wanted to use it for content,
Hey,
which she
Lachicana.
has done. Actually, she's made a very lucrative career of using my cat and the situation with my cat.
What is going on? What is going on is that we're seeing some serious retconning and gaslighting as per Foodie Beauty. Most likely because she has garnered new audience and she wants to get ahead of all the stuff that other channels are saying regarding the cat abuse stories, because it's going to keep coming up and up and up. Lots of people have said she's not going to get ahead of this. It's not going to go away. She should be truthful, but hey, we're still here months and months later, and it's going to continue to happen. Hey, Lindsay, what's up? Welcome. How you doing? Errado, FFG said that NDA would be signed. FB denied it. Yeah. See, she had chances to, not have this stuff come out. Because what if she did say, okay, fine, I'll give you my cat for how much money was it again? 2 or 3K? And then sign that NDA, maybe things would have been different, but she didn't get that 2 or 3K. She didn't sign that NDA. And now a lot of people truly know what really happened to BBJ.
And the false outrage about my cat. She's made thousands of dollars, so of course there's an incentive there. And now that she's made the money, now she's saying, well, I don't want to talk about the cat anymore. And we haven't seen the cat since. So, of course, as someone who loved my cat for so many years, I'm worried about her well being. I'm actually worried because we haven't seen any video evidence that she's happy and where she is. I think she's with this person because there's a picture of her on the sofa that this person has. Um, we've seen this
Here
sofa
we go
in
again.
previous live streams. The person that I was supposed to rehome to is actually, we found out she's in California, so she cannot physically be there. Um, BBJ cannot be with this person that was supposed to adopt her. So I said no. I'm not as if I'm going to give my number one bully my pet to take care of. Dream on, as Aerosmith says. Um, so she didn't take no for an answer. Instead, she decided to have one of her chinians say she's the sister-in-law, and who she says is her sister-in-law now.
Sub Shermoots.
One of her chinians just messaged me on Instagram and was very persistent. I did show the DMs online.
Yeah, I remember this. Okay. I mean, she's not really making a coherent, believable story, especially when you know what the truth is. Steven Tyler is your cousin? Okay. Ah. Yeah, there's a lots of reasons why it could be that this sister-in-law was in Cali. I don't know what's going on with that. I didn't look into it. All I know is that hey, it was best that BBJ found a better place and in your home. Uh, can we do a parody soon? It's good for me.
And for those going to complain that I'm showing the
What kind of parody you're talking about? The back shots.
DMs of this person and their poor privacy is out there, I don't think they cared about my privacy when they came into my home under the pretense of coming to take my cat and lied to me about it. So the whole situation was just a lie, and it was actually a trick, and I don't really care about them at all right now. Sorry, not sorry. You can also see in one screenshot they're pathologically like encouraging me, like, "Oh, you must live your life. What you have to do is okay, blah blah blah." And then to the whole time know in the back of their minds that they're really just going to be using this for content later. It's just disgusting. Bye, guys.
Um, but the DMs, basically, she was very persistent, saying I would never talk about it online, blah blah blah. And you actually clear me. She said, like, I'm a chronically ill person. I'm just in bed all day. I can take care of an elderly pet. I would love to have someone to snuggle with. Elaborate sob story, and just kept messaging me. And I built a
Right,
little bit
ready,
of
set,
trust with
poopa.
her, even in a short period of time. And I said, I checked my cat's nails and I do want to bring her to the vet to have her checked out before I rehome her. Is that okay? And they said, no, no, no. Let me take care of it. I'll take her to the vet. So to me, this person was very convincing, and um, sent me a picture of their home. It could have been any picture, but I mean, that's the chance you're taking when you sell, or when you sell something online, when you meet someone online, when you rehome a pet online.
Yeah, I didn't think she did that much research that she would have known. Vicky Levi, what's up? Welcome to the chat.
You don't know for sure because you don't know these people no matter what. So, so I said, okay, that's cool. Like, they really want to take her to their own vet. Maybe I understand that. So I trusted them. Of course, though, knowing now that it was actually FFG who took the cat, because her brother, it was actually the bully's brother, and the bully was actually hiding behind a snowbank outside of my house, like in disguise, like a full-on stalker, weirdo, loser.
Uh
So
huh.
anyway, her brother came into my home. I handed over my cat in good faith and trust.
Yeah, this is getting ridiculous, but we've heard this story before. I don't think this is going to be the last time or the second last time we're going to hear about this. I think we're going to get more videos about the whole cat issue, more retconning.
Not that any of these people have any more
Take care, poo
morality,
poo.
sense of morality anyway. So of course they don't care about that being deceptive. They think they're saving the cat, who we have no proof of. We have no proof that she's okay. But anyway, so she took the cat. Of course, she wanted to take the cat to the vet, because she could milk it for clout, views, and money, which she did. Um, she went online after and was like, "Oh, I have the cat. Bloop, I have the cat." I took her to the vet. She was screaming. The cat always screams when you touch her nails. Not saying that the nails growing in wouldn't be painful,
Man,
and yes, I feel guilty about that. But they would have been taken care of by me. All of these problems that the cat had would have been taken care of by me. I would
but they weren't. They weren't being taken care of you for a very long time. Sammy Smith says, why is she starting this BS again?
have she would have been assessed by her regular vet. She's claiming that there's notes that the vet said the cat was abused for years. We have no proof of that also. The notes from the vet are not clear. And I could actually call my vet, who the cat has been gone to for years, going to for years, as well as animal control, animal welfare, sorry. And they could also bring out the documents that my pets are not abused. And if they were abused for years, again, go back and watch those videos I posted in this video of how abused my pets were. What we don't have are notes from the veterinarian of what happened to her second dog. So she has two
Here
deceased
we go
dogs
again.
that she euthanized. One for a completely bullshit excuse, in my
True, no regular vet visits were had.
opinion, for separation anxiety. Really? Okay. I mean, give it a dog Xanax. Um, so she's just
Hey Daisy and me, why is she doing this today? People informed me because of last night. FFG says she's gonna do a video on BBJ, and BBJ has a new cat bed. So I guess because of that, she's like, "Hey, let me start talking about this." All right, so we got FFG scheduled for 4 p.m. My time, so I guess in 2 hours to address these allegations. I mean, how much more of this are we gonna get? Yeah, FFG did show the vet notes. And yeah, a lot of the videos was at BB's. Those are like so old videos. Like show, like it kind of gives you a reasoning, but like, hey, she's showing videos from where she when she lived in with BB. She hasn't lived with BB for years, but yeah, she's showing those videos. How about showing the videos? Well, she did show some of the villa, or was it pictures? Was there any videos? Because the villa was really filthy. If I'm gonna be just very straightforward, like I really didn't like her feeding the cats cat treats instead of like a real meal, and then putting it on the floor or throwing it on the floor each and every single time. We saw Pete's doing that. That's just not the way to treat pets, especially pets you've been with for years. It's just so wrong to me.
just completely ridiculous. Using this money donations for a Gucci collar. The cat doesn't even like wearing collars. She's elderly. She wants love, not Gucci. Um, she wants treats, and love. That's it. She doesn't need a catio. She has arthritis. She can't even barely walk. I mean, at some point, it's just cruel to prolong life of a chronically ill cat who's in pain and suffering. And they can't tell us that they're in
Uh,
pain. Maybe she always cried all the time. So, anyway, that's the
yeah, so here we go again.
story. Um, there's nothing more to it. Should I have paid more attention to the nails earlier? Yes, of course. But as I explained all the circumstances, it wasn't on purpose. I didn't purposely try to hurt my cat in any way, my pets in any way. I loved them.
This is exactly what I'm saying, Scoutfin. She's going to wish she never made this video because people will now put together clips of her documented neglect. Like, people, when she says something, somebody's going to be like, oh, no, it didn't go that way. Here's a clip of you doing what you say you weren't doing. Yeah, that's exactly what people are going to do. I called them like, listen, it's so easy for somebody to debunk a lot of the things she's saying with clips and videos, with her saying she's going to euthanize the cats, with her saying X, Y, and Z, with her saying that Natter, kicked the cat. There's by tomorrow, tonight, tomorrow, these videos are going to come out.
I continue to love them. I have to close the chapter at this point because there's nothing I can do. I don't have the pets anymore. I will have one of them back soon. BBJ, I will always have to live with the guilt of not the nails, of rehoming her to somebody who I don't trust her with. I don't think that she's safe. I think that this person is malicious and just doesn't even like cats and doesn't have the right intentions with her. The only reason she wanted the cat was for money and attention and clout, and she got all that. So I have to move on, get new cats, and move on with my life and ignore this from now on. But that's the 100% truth of what happened, and a bunch of mishaps. Unfortunately ended in tragedy for BBJ because, again, I don't think she's getting the love that she deserves. And we have no proof of anything.
Sure.
I mean, why not just do a quick video to prove that she's okay and getting love. You know, the last picture, all we see is like an up close picture of her. Um, and her fur was all cut weird,
Hey, Becky
and she
girl.
looked unhappy wearing a gaudy, crappy Gucci collar that she doesn't even like wearing collars. So,
Right? Somebody, yes, people caught that. Did she just say get new cats? She did.
um, if you think that she's in better care because she's not with me,
Remember when I made that video, what, 2, 3 weeks ago, saying, hey, she's in a new condo. What's one of the things she's going to do? And she has been alluding to it, which is getting one of those stray cats and bringing them to the condo. And here we go again. She's talking about it. It wouldn't surprise me if one day she goes on live or she makes a video and then there's a cat in the condo. It would not surprise me whatsoever.
then you're just deluded and just taking the word of an absolute psychotic stalker liar. But, anyways, that's your prerogative. So, that's all I'm going to say about the issue now. I'm going to go on and continue to ignore these people and just focus on my beezers and my new life with my husband and getting Sam back. But I have Howie as well. He'll be protected. Sam won't go after him. I know Sam. He's a good boy. But I'm going to make sure he's out of
Ziggy.
harm's way. I'm not going to leave him on the floor with the cat. Like, I'm not that dumb. I'm not dumb like the Chinians. So, on that happy note, well, anyways, I guess that's it. Again, I have to close the chapter because it's out of my control at this point. I made that decision to rehome her and took a chance, and it turned out to be the wrong decision. But I have to live with that, and I'm not going to keep beating myself up over it. I'm going to move on and hope that she's okay. That's all I can do. And just move on with my life. So, thank you for listening to those of you who did take the time to actually listen to what I have to say. I know my explanations can be disjointed sometimes and hard to follow, but I'm talking from the heart. I do miss those cats a lot and wish I had done things differently and just hope that they're being well taken care of. That's all I can do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
And that's it. Hey, Aquamarine. All right, so that is it. I don't know what to say. Well, I have a lot of words I've been saying, giving my thoughts and whatnot about this. And if you've been around, if you've been through the whole cat situation ever since, even if since Natter's been around or sometime close to that, you know really what's going on. So this is for her new subscribers, new people that have been subscribing to her channel, watching her channel. She's making those videos to try and get ahead of the situation. So we'll see what happens. FHG is going to be live in less than 2 hours, so I'm sure she's going to react, and then there's probably going to be an answer. Maybe she'll do a live stream. Who knows? But what I will say is that I will be here to give my 2 cents on this situation, and hopefully you all will join me. Other than that, I guess I will bid adieu right now. People, it is the long weekend, Memorial Day weekend in the States. Be safe, everybody. Have a good one, and I'll be back later. So take care of yourselves. Yep, her Sam story isn't adding up. Nothing's adding up, so let's start subtracting, right? So thank you once again. Some of us, yeah, some of us unfortunately did watch what happened to Timbit. Very sad situation there. And I did not want what happened to Timbit happen to these other cats. All right, take care, people. Have fun and be safe. Bye bye.